What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are finally returning to the manga Mobile Suit Gundam, the battle tales of Flanagan Boone. Last time the Mad Angler went on minimal life support, oxygen was light and everyone got a little lucid. Guitar Boy found God while the crew climbed as they flipped the Mad Angler. Boone finally got into the Zaku Marine. This time, the Mad Angler resurfaces after Boone fixes the hydraulics. He faces off against Saqua, and the Mad Angler crew is placed under command of Char. So let's get into this. They open the hatch of the Mad Angler. Boone has to be careful. The Zaku Marine is a rush job and won't hold under pressure. The smallest impact will crush him faster than a billionaire in a submarine. Boone tries to reattach the hydraulic unit on the Mad Angler. Saqua says that Boone is too close to use torpedoes. She will go out in her mobile suit. Boone is almost finished fixing the ship when the demons in his head tell him to make a run for it. He could bail and save himself. Screw the crew, the voices whisper in his ear. The pressure is too much and the arm is crushed. Then the head implodes. Boone sees himself armless with an exoskeleton underneath. Is man the real machine? Boone has one hydraulic left. He tries to fix it with one hand. Guitar Man begins playing louder. The men continue chanting Boone as they are so high off of a lack of oxygen. Boone says screw it and holds up the hydraulic with the Zaku. The Mad Angler rises faster towards the surface. Boone used the power of teamwork. That's always effective. He says, "Begone, White Devil," and strikes a pose. Everyone sigs at Zeon. Boone's face rips apart, revealing a Terminator underneath. The demons can't fool him, though. As they approach the surface, a mobile suit approaches. It is Saqua. He welcomes her to their ship. She tells them to surrender and she won't kill him. Boone knows if she wanted to kill them, she would have done it already. They want to take the ship, but if he lets go now, the ship sinks. She doesn't care if it sinks if it isn't in her hands, and gives him 10 seconds before she fires her harpoon. She begins counting down. Connolly tells Boone that they have 40 meters till they can make it to the surface without the need for the hydraulic. Connolly must let him know at the exact moment before they make their moves. Saqua continues counting. 5, 6, 7, 10 meters until they surface. 8, 9, 10. They make contact. Saqua fires. Boone dodges in the nick of time and fires his beam gun, but he misses. He charges at Saqua's Zaku Marine. The Mad Angler uses snorkeling cables to get oxygen from the surface. They could breathe again. Saqua fires a harpoon into Boone. He and his crew must surrender. One crew member says, "What the hell is this ship carrying? Why don't we just use that? Could have used this earlier." Boone tells Guitar Guy to keep on playing. The men continue chanting Boone. He asks Saqua if he could hear it coming, but nothing shows up on her radars. Suddenly missiles come out of the water, attacking the fleet above. She sees a mobile armor. It is the brand new Grublo, piloted by Godard. Hey, I remembered his name this time. Boone tells Godard if they're going to die, they may as well do it with some flair. We flash back to the past. Godard is being Earth racist and making his comrades want to stay away from him. He's too bought into Garen's ideas of supremacy. One man, Matthew, tries to talk to Godard. Matthew is Guitar Man. He knows that he is like this because he is an Earthborn Zeon. Matthew says he is the same. When Godard was younger, people called him toxic trash and eventually wanted to leave for the colonies. Godard and Matthew became friends. Godard wakes up. He fell when the ship was flipped. They get him to the hangar and into the Grublo. Boone was planning on launching the Grublo even before he launched. Dude looks like he suffered from a severe concussion, but everyone could barely breathe due to a lack of oxygen, so screw it. The two launch. This episode is about Godard's demons as he embodies the Grublo, like Boone, the mobile suit. Godard's old girlfriend manifests in front of him, saying to abandon his role and to come live with her on Earth. The demons try to pull these men away from their duty as a soldier. The Grublo fires out of the water. Godard chooses his duty and cuts the old fling's head off. "Begone, demons!" He then sets his sights on Saqua. Saqua realizes the Grublo has been lurking this whole time. The men continue cheering him on. Godard manifests a third eye in the form of the Zeon symbol. This manga is so metal. Matthew continues playing the guitar. It drives Godard. He takes out Saqua's squad of Zaku Marines. She looks for her harpoon gun, which was knocked out of her hand. 3 more mobile suits come in. Godard has become one of the Grublos. He continues his rampage when he is attacked from behind. He tells Matthew to stop playing. The Grublo falls into the darkness at the sea. It is up to Boone. He too lost his weapon. Saqua approaches. He realized he had a weapon this whole time. He takes the harpoon impaled in his shoulder and pulls it out. He then jams it into Saqua's chest. We flash back to the Maiden Voyage of the Lockwood-class ship. During the ceremony, an attack killed what I assume is her family. These are Saqa's demons. She sees the Lockwood as mad now. A mad angler, if you will. A reminder that EFF's Lockwood was stolen by Zeon during the Earth invasion, and they made it into the Mad Angler. Her past is why she isn't able to let go of the Lockwood. Boone takes down Saqua. The Mad Angler-class ship finally resurfaces. Godard seems to be okay as well. Boone is tired, but his demons are still haunting him. They aren't able to rest just yet. They still have to recover the Grublo. They're going to send out a sub with Uzao and Martha to get the Grublo back to 100%. The sub dives down to find the Grublo. They dock and find Godard knocked out. He wakes up in a panic saying, "I'll kill you, Earthnoid!" Godard gets rest while Uzao fixes the unit and heads out in a pod. She wonders who was originally intended to be the pilot of this unit. The red color scheme, the battle data. This was supposed to go to the red comet, Char. Earlier, Uzao insinuated that Char may have had something to do with Karma's death. If only she could study his Zaku. Well, all that Zaku data is in the Grublo. Now's the opportunity to prove that theory. But suddenly a tsunami comes in. She fixes the Grublo, allowing it to resurface. But Uzao's pod is breached and it implodes on her. They were able to save Martha, Godard, and the Grublo. Later, Martha gives Boone Uzao's plans for the upgrades on the Marine. This makes Boone cry for the loss of Uzao. Flanagan Boone is like the Book of Job of Universal Century. Dude can't catch a break. However, the maiden voyage of the Mad Angler is complete. Meanwhile, Mulligan informs Char that Boone's team was successful and he is being considered for a promotion to captain. It is time for Char to get used to the sea. Flanagan Boone will be freed from his demons in 40 days. We flash back to 10 days earlier, the day of Garmazabi's funeral. Char is watching in his white outfit. A man from Caecilia's royal guard approaches him. He wants Char to head to California in regards to the new mobile armor. At California base, Boone meets Lieutenant Colonel Amaria. She is chewing out Boone for damaging the Mad Angler and the Grublo, as well as losing Admiral Diom. He doesn't mention the part where he was flayed. She wants him to take all responsibility, but someone comes in and says that would be short-sighted. It is Char. He says a lot of the blame should go to Diom as he was in charge. She tries to pull rank, but he is a higher rank than her now. Remember, post-death of Garma, he was demoted, but then picked up by Caecilia and promoted to colonel again. He tells Amaria that Saqua taking out Diom and the entire bridge is an incompetence issue. She is just butthurt because Diom is her uncle. Char tells her not to look into the record on his death. Because of the flaying, his skin no longer being attached to his body. Char says that from this day on, he is now the commander of the Mad Angler team, and Boone will serve as his aide, which means Boone is now under Caecilia. Remember, he is a Garma loyalist. Char is clearly trying to boost his image after killing Garma. Char and Boone head underground where they find the Mad Angler being repaired. Char brings up Uzao, so Boone asks him straight up. The last thing that Uzao said was that Char might have let Garma die. I guess her comms were open. Boone asks him if this is true. Char laughs and tells him to leave feelings off the battlefield. It will get him killed. He says to put that energy towards the white mobile suit, not the red comet. He has new intel regarding the White Devil as well. It has to do with Saqua Reno. He didn't finish her off. Their first mission is to head to the Arctic to gain intel on the GUNDAM, and they are going to use Saqua to help them. In the Arctic, a Corporal Salute is doing some scouting in a lug-in when he is taken out by what he thinks is the GUNDAM. Zeon took Saqua into custody. She personally asked for Boone. Boone asks her some questions, and she willingly answers. He is glad that she is alive. She seems to be enjoying the rivalry between each other. Hot? 28 days until Boone will be freed from his demons. Boone meets with his old commander, Gia Ever. This is Amari's father and Diom's brother. As they drink, he says that he saw footage of his brother being skewered to death. He gets really weird with Boone and wonders what Saqua is like. He wonders what he is getting at. The old admiral takes his leave as he says he must be too drunk. Boone knows he isn't wrong. Many died during his maiden voyage. The demons haunt him. He knows he is to blame, and he also knows that he is now with Char for ulterior motives. He spirals, but then one man offers to pay for his tab. It is a member of Caecilia's royal guard. He asks if he could have one of their men on his ship. He's talking about Gia Ever. 27 days until Boone will be freed from his demons. Caecilia gives a speech to usher in the new Mad Angler crew. Char expects great things from Boone. They set sail for the Arctic to carry out Operation Station Zebra. Also on the ship is Gia Ever. 26 days until Boone will be freed from his demons. And that will do it for this episode. And the Maiden Voyage arc. Boone lost many and some even lost their skin. But regardless of the many demons chasing him, Boone continues forward. Unfortunately, this all comes to an end in 26 days. Next time, the crew makes it to the Arctic. Gia Ever gets creepy with Saqua, and the Mad Angler runs into a white gog. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember to face your demons. Peace.